warriors of the bank track have faced each other many times. There is no love between them.
No one cares about Atkinson. He's a baby. I'm going to teach him a lesson.
Respect for each other? No way.
Richard Brown, how many teams do I got to pummel your ass on? You're bringing another one?
King Richard Brown of the Illinois Riot and Sean Atkinson of the California Quakes have one thing in common. They love to bring the pain. Tonight on Roller Jam, big Quake captain Sean Atkinson faces the Riot dastardly duo Richard Brown and Ray Robles. Look to the Quakes mod squad beauty Stacy Blitch to take her game to another level in order to fend off the fiery Riot women. The Wild West Shootout continues next on Roller Jam. Skating League from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Happy to have you with us. I'm Rory Marcus, along with Lee Hawk Rearman. Tonight, the California Quakes, banged up as they may be, going against the tough Illinois Riot. The last time we saw Sean Atkinson of the Quakes, he was lying in the infield hurt at the hands of Mark D'Amato and the New York Enforcers. He'll have to be close to 100% to go against this Riot team.
Well, absolutely. We've got a lot of banged-up people. Not only do we have banged-up people, but the last time we saw Sean Atkinson, we saw the Founders Cup from last season also laying in ruins. Little Richard Brown, a little banged up. His first chance in the Wild West Shootout. Sean Atkinson banged up. I tell you what, all bets are off. It's going to be a wild day.
As long as Sean Atkinson can walk, it won't be good enough for Little Richard Brown and Ray Robles of the Riot. So if he is hurt, it might be up to the women to win the game for the Quakes, and that would mean the Bod Squad. Hawk, right now, Broadway Danny Wolf is downstairs with the Bod Squad. Let's go to Danny.
All right, we know Sean Atkinson physically is not 100% going into tonight's game, which means the Bod Squad, Stacy, you guys are going to really have to step it up. You're going to have to come to your team's rescue.
We will come to our team's rescue just like we did in the Founders Cup.
Well, with all due respect, let's not forget about Amy Craig. She was the MVP and the high scorer of the Founders Cup, Stacy.
The reason why she was the high scorer was because I assisted her through for those points.
And now the roller derby queen issue. I know you guys are all vying for the crown. Cindy Zimmerman, what do you think? What are your chances? Who's going to win roller derby queen?
Actually, I think if one of us girls win, we'll be happy.
What do you think, Stacy?
I believe that I will be roller jam queen. Not roller derby queen, roller jam queen. It's my vision and my dream. What do you think?
That's a big no comment. Back to you, Rory.
All right, thanks a lot, Danny. And this is one sport where you have to make sure you get your nails done before you come out onto the track, I guess.
Well, even before you get in the broadcast booth, Rory, I just had mine done here at the MGM Grand.
I don't know if Sean Atkinson's had his done. He probably doesn't need it, but he'll need a lot to go against Richard Brown, Ray Robles, and this Illinois Riot team because they're tough.
Well, they sure are. We are seeing the emergence of a powerhouse of the Illinois Riot men, Rory.
The Riot women are coming onto the track, and you talk about tough. Not only do they have Robles and Brown on the men's side, but Patsy Delgado starting to assert herself on the women's side. This team is just, they're kind of down and dirty.
Well, they're down and dirty, but unfortunately for the women, they've been all bark and no bite. They seem to be squawking, starting fights, but they haven't been able to put any points on the board.
Well, that's been up to the men, and here comes the king. He'll stop for a second and pause and let everybody know he is the king. The great one, Little Richard Brown.
He just loves this stuff, doesn't he? Look at the smile on his face, talking to the crowd. He knows it from top to bottom, doesn't he?
If he doesn't, he sure thinks he does. Now here come the California Quakes and the Bod Squad. Jamie Climax, Cindy Zimmerman, and of course Stacy Blitch in white. She throws a little kiss, puts on her shades, and cartwheels onto the bank track. How do you like that?
Well, I like it and you like it. The only person in the building that probably doesn't like it is General Manager of the World Skating League, Kenneth Lode III.
Atkinson's going to need some help from that man, Rusty Montgomery, if he's going to win this game. But right now, Little Richard Brown and Ray Robles are scowling at Broadway Danny Wolf. They'll talk to him anyway.
Richard, you know, getting onto the track for your first period, Sean Atkinson physically is not 100%.
That's tough on him. He belongs to the World Sissy Leagues. I'm going to still wipe him out.
And Ray Robles, let me ask you, do you think Sean Atkinson will be easy prey?
We don't care if he's going to be easy or not. We're here to take care of business, and Sean better watch out tonight.
Thanks, Danny. Robles and Brown, they'll do just about anything to take care of business. Here are the rules of Roller Jam. There are 4 6-minute periods. The women skate periods 1 and 3. The men skate periods 2 and 4. There are 5 skaters per team, 2 jammers and 3 blockers. The blockers wear white helmets. The jammers have the black helmet with the stripe. Points are scored when jammers lap opposing team members. Here's an example of what I was just talking about. The jammer for the green team breaks out from the pack and circles the track. For each member of the red team that he or she passes, 1 point is earned.
Women will be up first, and Stacy Blitch, who is making her sales pitch to be some kind of a queen here in the World Skating League. Watch for her to really come on strong. And Patsy Delgado, she's been talking a lot. She's been beating people up, but she needs to really score some points. Look for her to also want to make a quick first step.
All right, Hawk, and we're just about ready to get underway. The women are on the track, and here we go. The first period, the Quakes and the Illinois Riot here at the Wild West Shootout at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. And getting out first out of the pack is Jennifer Matthews of the Quakes. The opening jam of the night. Both teams have 2 jammers wearing the black helmets. Amy Craig chases from behind for the Quakes and passes the other 2 jammers, and now she's in the lead. As the Quakes look to get on the scoreboard first against this tough Riot team, and down goes Millie Guthrie, down goes Crystal Schneider.
And let's see if Amy Craig's dissension and I guess just contempt for the Bod Squad plays out early, or if she ignores it and just plays a great game, Rory.
Well, she's out there trying to score points now, and she's going to get an assist from the Bod Squad. Right there, Stacy Blitch knocks down an Illinois Riot jammer, and there's another couple of points for the Quakes. They're off to a big start in this game, and the Bod Squad's coming up big. Points for Amy Craig and points for Jenny Matthews.
Well, and sometimes we forget because of the fashion statements they make that these guys can play the game. And a good look at Stacy Blitch right there. Outfit and all.
She had the outfit, but Jenny Matthews had the big block that took care of 2 Riot jammers and allowed the Quakes to score the points.
Well, on that first jam right out of the chute, you really saw the speed of Amy Craig and what kind of a difference she can make in a game, Rory.
And now the Bod Squad trying to get some points of their own, but out there for the Illinois Riot is number 53, Millie Guthrie. And Millie Guthrie is going to get the best of this jam right now as the Riot tries to get on the scoreboard. And going back to block is Stacy Blitch of the California Quakes, and she's tough back there. She tries her again, and again, Guthrie is unable to pass Stacy Blitch. About 20 seconds left in the jam. Patsy Delgado comes back to assist. And the veteran with the quad skates, Patsy Delgado, looks to create an opening for her jammer, Millie Guthrie. Oh, she grabbed her hair and threw her down. I don't know about that. That's an old-time roller derby move, huh?
Well, Patsy Delgado, we saw last time out, she went right after Denise Lowe. Well, right now, we're seeing more of the same as she goes after Stacy Blitz of the California Quakes. I tell you, Patsy Delgado, she's a cagey veteran.
Get moving.
As we listen to Sean Corbin trying to restore some order, but Patsy Delgado is a cagey veteran who knows all the tricks in the book, and you saw one of them right there. Little hair pull, little headbutt. That's a new one to me, Rory. She got 2 for the price of 1. Pulls her hair, little headbutt. That's something Stacy Blitch hadn't seen before, I'll tell you that much.
And she doesn't want to see it again. We'll be back to Las Vegas right after this.
We're gonna change your mind about coloring your gray with the natural look of Just for Men.
You look so natural, no one can tell with Just for Men. No one can tell with Just for Men.
Just for Men penetrates hair deep inside where natural color begins. Simply apply, and in 5 minutes, rinse. Gray is gone, matched up to the rest of your hair.
You look so natural, no one can tell with Just for Men.
This is Mr. Taylor's room. Have you seen this guy? No. All business. I mean, he gets faxes all the time. Never loosens his tie. But I mean, that's how you make it to the top, Walter. You got to work, you know? But he's in there right now making a deal.
50-yard line! I got the tickets. I'm going to the game. Is that for me? 50.
Okay, Mr. Shapiro, 216.
This man here has heard a funny noise. Not ha-ha funny, but click-click funny. Now, he thinks he knows what's wrong, but he's not sure. It's our job at Advanced Auto Parts to help him figure out what's wrong, to get him the parts he needs, and to turn that frown upside down.
Ice Sport. The scent of exhilaration from Aquavelva. Now available in new skin conditioning gel.
Hey, Jen, we're counting on you.
Last weekend in the Army Reserve, I had to refuel 6 Apache helicopters in 30 minutes. That got me ready to do battle on Monday.
Hey, not too shabby.
As little as 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. Army Reserve.
6-1. The Quake women have the early lead on the Riot women. The Quakes in blue. And they get the jammer out on top again. This time she's all by herself. And that's number 25, Jennifer Matthews. Jennifer Matthews out of the jam for the Quakes, and she's being chased and pursued by Ileana Bonilla.
Well, Jennifer Matthews is a new addition. She's another fast skater here for the California Quakes. Takes a little bit of that pressure off of Amy Craig. They got 2 guns in their arsenal, and I think that is Amy Craig who comes up and takes down, I believe that was Ileana Bonilla.
Amy Craig now approaching the back of the pack along with Jennifer Matthews as the Quakes look to add to their lead, and they're going to have to face a tough tandem back there to block as Patsy Delgado joins hands with Shauna Brown. And right through the middle goes Amy Craig. Wow, she picked up a couple of points, goes up top and tries to get some more before the jam ends. That is the end of the jam, but the Quakes get some more. They get 3, and they're up 9-1 early.
And that was old meets new. We saw the double block by Patsy Delgado and Shauna Brown, totally eclipsed by Amy Craig. You see her sneak up underneath number 54, Ileana Bonilla, and then she gets a whip a little bit later from Stacy Blitch. We're seeing the old timers of the Riot going against the young guns here of the California Quakes, and the Quakes are starting to really pull away, Rory.
We keep talking about the Bod Squad, hearing about them, looking at them, but guess who's scoring all the points? It's number 24, Amy Craig, and number 29, Heather Sunderman is out this time against for the Illinois Riot, Crystal Schneider. This is a good matchup of a couple of good skaters out on a jam. Sunderman couldn't quite knock her off her skates that time, and Crystal Schneider gets the best of it. Now Crystal Schneider approaches the back of the pack by herself.
And a problem with Heather Sunderman all of last year, Rory, is she skates too upright. She's tall and lanky. She leaves herself very vulnerable by skating upright, as I believe Patsy Delgado, speaking of upright, takes down Amy Craig.
Patsy Delgado is causing some havoc in that pack. She took out Craig. She's taking out, if she can, all of the Quakes. And now, with one of the Bod Squad, she's going to throw her to the track. That is Jamie Conamack, and she and Delgado go at it.
And somebody call the police. Patsy Delgado. This is more of the same here against the Bod Squad. We saw it, as we mentioned, against Denise Lowe to the Sun Dogs last time out with these Bod Squad.
Well, Jamie Conamack was just still in her training wheels when Patsy Delgado was with the Thunderbirds. She hog-tied her and threw her to the track.
And adds a little insult to injury with the cleaver. She got her in a bear hug. They got her with the cleaver. She's got all the tricks. Hair pulling, head button, bringing out the cleaver. I think I saw the kitchen sink in her gym bag coming to the arena, Rory.
I'll tell you what, though, the Quakes are doing a great job in the pack of getting their jammers out. And here they go again with Jamie Conamack leading the way. The Quakes have 2 of the Bod Squad out, looking to add to their 11-3 lead, and plenty of time left on this jam. 30 seconds.
Well, Cindy Zimmerman, she's probably the quietest and the least mentioned, perhaps, of the Bod Squad, but she also pats a wallop. And speaking of wallop, Norma Marshall goes down at the hands of the double block of the 2 jammers, Conamack and Zimmerman.
And Patsy Delgado says, no, you're not going to get by me. She goes to the back of the pack. Down goes Zimmerman, and into the rail goes Conamack. Wow. Patsy Delgado's causing some damage and keeping the Quakes off the scoreboard in this jam. Oh! Now Delgado is down himself. There's a little revenge. Stacy Blitz was waiting
in the person of Stacy Blitz. And Delgado, who had 2 separate jabs, had wreaked havoc on Jamie Climax in particular. Stacy Blitz takes things into her own hands and says, I don't care how old you are and how long you've been around, you can play at that game. And Sean Corbin has his hands full, Rory.
He has his hands full as Malibu is separated from Montebello, and that's the end of the first period. And the Quake women arguing with the referees, screaming and shouting, but that's Stacy Blitz's game. That's a lot of her game. But little Richard Brown, we're about to see his game because he loves to get on that track, taunt the crowd, and in this game, go after Sean Atkinson.
Well, Sean Atkinson is going to have something to say, too. And you said it, Rory. How much help will he get from Rusty Montgomery to combat Ray Robles?
The Quakes lead this one 11-3. We're back in Las Vegas, and trackside, Danny Wolf has Amy Craig.
All right, Amy, before the game, the Bod Squad said the only reason you guys are successful is because of them.
I'm sorry, I only have one thing to say about the Bod Squad. It takes 3 of them to equal 1 of me, and that's pretty sad. I'm the MVP of the Founders Cup. They need me. I score all the points.
Good luck, Amy.
Thank you.
Sounds like a little dissension on the women's side, but the men getting set to come onto the track.
Well, maybe dissension, but they gave a lead. But little Richard Brown, look for him to really come out and make a statement early, Rory. He's got to get some points on the board. And Sean Atkinson, what can you say about this guy who hadn't already been said? He's big, he's loud, but like many of the players here in the World Skating League, he backs it up with great play.
Here we go.
Period number 2 in the first skating period for the men, and I'll tell you what, as the men come onto the track, I guarantee you Sean Atkinson has a target on his back as far as little Richard Brown and Ray Robles are concerned. The first men's jam of the evening with the Quakes holding a big 11-3 lead. That's Brian Krebs out there for the Quakes and Blaze Leone for the Illinois Riot. Blaze Leone knocks him down hard. Down goes Brian Krebs, and now Leone's by himself. Richard Brown and Robles go to work on Atkinson right away. Wow. You can see this coming. Oh, they double-teamed him.
Well, this started in the parking lot before the game, Roy. Ray Robles, the cagey veteran, brought in by the other cagey veteran, little Richard Brown. And Sean Atkinson, I tell you what, you could ask him to defend himself, but 2-on-1's a tough one.
They're going to put Ray Robles in the penalty box, but I'll tell you what, as far as he's concerned, mission accomplished because there's Atkinson down in the infield.
Well, he was already hurt, Rory. He's been nursing an injury, but right here you catch the tail end of the mugging. They put him in the penalty box. I think they ought to put him in the pokey for a night, a little solitary confinement. But Sean Atkinson is totally Pearl Harbored by Ray Robles and little Richard Brown. Unbelievable, unfair, and unsportsmanlike. Wow.
Unsportsmanlike to say the least. I'll tell you what, they knew exactly where they were going, didn't they? They went right after Sean Atkinson. No points scored in the jam, but I don't think that was the point for the Riot on that jam. And now they've got Atkinson out of the game. That's exactly what they were hoping for. Out on the jam for the California Quakes is Tom Smith. But Tom Smith is being roughed up himself now by number 54. That's Mike Tanner. They get a referee warning to keep it clean on the jam. I don't know if the Riot know how to keep it clean.
What a complaint many have with these Quake jammers for the men are that they're very fast, but they don't have the power for longevity in a jam. Last jam we saw Krebs go down. This jam we saw Tom Smith go down. More of the same for the Quakes.
Oh, Rusty Montgomery, the Rusty Nail. He's going to get some revenge for his captain, I guess.
Well, you're right. He calls it the Rusty Nail. Sean Atkinson taken down last time. Hey, two can play at that game. Sean Atkinson ain't the only Quake that packs a wall of people. I'm Rusty Montgomery. How about a little Rusty Nail, people? You see the underarm modified version of the Bulldog. He calls it the Rusty Nail. I think Mike Tanner calls it ugly.
Rusty Montgomery, he's a tough customer out there himself, and he proved it right there. Sean Atkinson gets back on the track for the California Quakes. He shakes off the injury. Boy, he's as tough as they come. And there goes little Eric Slopey out on the jam. Slopey is chasing Mo Sanders, and he knocks Mo Sanders to the ground, where he runs into one of his Illinois teammates. They've called off the jam right here. A timeout called by the referee because of an injured skater.
Well, the trainer, Ken Tracy, apparently looking over that's little Richard Brown. Maybe had taken a shot to the nose of the eye, Rory.
Little Richard Brown, obviously, maybe he got a finger in the eye, or he might have scraped the eyelid as he fell. That's Mo Sanders going down from Eric Slopey.
And little Richard Brown, obviously, it's the eye, Rory. You see him washing out the eye. Oh, my goodness, that's where it was. That was payback, Rory, for that first jam of the game.
The Quakes have gotten the better of the game so far, 11-3 here in this Wild West shootout in Las Vegas. One thing about the Riot, win or lose, they're interesting to watch because you don't know what they're up to next. And look at Ray Robles trying to go to work again on Atkinson, and it's Robles who winds up in the infield. He's on those quad skates. Remember, that's where he learned the game back with the Los Angeles Thunderbirds several years ago. So he parks himself in the back of the pack and waits for the jammers to come around now. And who's it going to be? Will Eric Slopey get the best of this? He's out there trying to match strides with Mike Tanner. And Slopey hip checks Tanner to the track.
And I don't know what's got into the white pony. Maybe we'll see it, that dance by the same name, but Eric Slopey, 2 jams in a row, knocking down jammers for the Riot. That's not like Eric Slopey we saw last year.
Well, he's getting some pretty good oats here in Las Vegas. Eric Slopey's going now against Ray Robles. This is a good matchup. Ray Robles, the veteran. Slopey trying to get by him and score points for the Quakes. Oh! Now there's a new use for the penalty box.
Oh, it's totally broken loose here, Rory. We talked about Patsy Delgado bringing out the kitchen sink. Sean Atkinson brings out the park bench by the same metal.
You're in the box, baby. You're in there. Get in now. You're getting in there. You keep it up. That's twice. It's the second and last one. Get in there.
Sean Atkinson, who broke the Founders Cup a couple of weeks ago, and tonight he uses a bench for something other than sitting.
Well, and did you see the expression on Ray Robles' face? He's contending with Eric Slopey, mixing it up a little bit. He catches Sean Atkinson out of the corner of his eye at end, and the look on his face was horror. And little Richard caught Atkinson sleeping early, but Sean Atkinson has come back with a vengeance.
He doesn't want to sit on that thing, does he?
What are you doing, Atkinson?
Good to see he's in a good mood tonight. 11-3, the Quakes by 8. And out on the jam for the Quakes is Tom Smith. They get 2 of them out. Eric Slopey as well. The Quakes up by 8 already, and they're being chased by Blaise Leon for the Illinois Riot. The second period, we're nearing halftime, and the Quakes are up by 8 big ones. Blaise Leon got by Tony Santiago, but that leaves Eric Slopey to contend with Ray Robles. Boy, Robles sharpens those elbows in between periods, I think. But the Quakes have already picked up a few points, and calling off the jam is Tony Santiago. 6 more Quakes points puts them ahead 17-3.
Well, these California Quakes are really going with their strengths, Rory. They're much faster than some of these older Riot. They're taking speed out of the jam, but here we go. Guys bugging for the camera. We got it all going on here, Rory.
I'll tell you what, Atkinson's a guy spoiling for a fight, whether it's Brown, whether it's Robles, and if he can't get one of them to fight with him, he might just hit himself in the head.
Well, these guys don't want to leave. I mean, you got to appreciate their enthusiasm, but we're at halftime, and to be honest, Rory, I got to go to the bathroom. I wish they'd leave for a little bit.
Well, it's halftime. Coming up, we'll have highlights from the first half, and Julie Lynch will take a look at the off-track dissension between the Bod Squad and Amy Craig. The Quakes lead at 17-3. Rory Marcus and Lee Hawk Rearman back in Las Vegas. The Quakes and the Illinois Riot. It's 17-3 Quakes at halftime, but it's almost as though the Riot doesn't care about the score. They have one thing in mind, that's get Atkinson out of the game.
Well, absolutely. Brown and Robles came out going after Sean Atkinson. Backfired because Sean Atkinson and Rusty Montgomery fought back. And then we had Patsy Delgado go after the Bod Squad. They were able to fight back, but then you had the speed of the Quakes took over. It's a blowout right now, Rory.
The Wild West Shootout, certainly an appropriate name for this game. Some of the highlights will show you that.
We were about 10 seconds into the first jam of the men's period when Robles and Brown win after Sean Atkinson, and a little bit later, Sean Atkinson gets a little revenge on Brown, and then he does a little home improvement to the face of Robles. Wow.
I'll tell you what, the Quake women may have been good at scoring points, but they're having some problems off the field, as we learned from our own Julie Lynch.
Thanks, Rory. TV Guide recently named the Bod Squad among the 16 sexiest women on television. Jay Leno recently had them on The Tonight Show. While as their fame continues to escalate, apparently their egos are about to explode. And though their chemistry on track seems to be matching their winning streak, if you scratch the surface of this incredibly unstable team, you might just find out that all is not so pleasant in Quakeville.
The Quakes Bod Squad has captured the eyes of a nation. Stacy Blitch, their fearless leader, has broken many bones and many hearts. Cindy Zimmerman is quiet yet sensual, and the rambunctious Jamie Konomak goes from cute to crazy in the blink of an eye. It's no wonder the Bod Squad was included in TV Guide's list of the sexiest stars on television. But are these the women we should be paying attention to?
We got the beauty and the talent, and we proved it. Oh, totally. I mean, not to sound conceited or nothing, but when Sean Atkinson was like in La Laville with Denise Loden, Bod Squad just totally stepped up.
The Bod Squad seems to have forgotten. Last season, it was Quake phenom Amy Craig who set a record with 20 points in one game and went on to win Most Valuable Player in the Founders Cup tournament.
I just go out, do my best, and try to get a win.
Her no-talk, all-action attitude has made her a favorite. Believe me, this woman's got it all. But the Bod Squad continues to suck up the spotlight.
Sure, Amy's a great skater and all, but the Quakes, they're all up at the Bod Squad.
All right, Julie, now Broadway Danny Wolf is with Sean Atkinson.
All right, Sean Atkinson, I gotta ask you first, how are you feeling?
Right now, my shoulder's really, really bad. I think I dislocated. Richard jumping on top of it, I think I have a real problem.
You obviously have been a marked man from the get-go. Ray Robles and Richard Brown, it's no secret, they're going after you.
Well, I tell you what, they can take their old asses after me anytime because I'm going to break their hips, baby.
And very quickly, Sean, it usually has been the Quakes against Sean Atkinson, but now you've got some dissension on the women's team again. It's the Bod Squad versus Jenny Matthews and Amy Craig.
I don't want to talk about my internal problems with the team. The Bod Squad and Amy will get along, or somebody on this team will not be here.
Good luck, Sean.
Thanks.
Well, if he gets rid of Stacy Blitz, it'll have to be after this period because she's coming up in the third period. She had a pretty good first period, Roy. Let's see if she can keep it up in the second half.
She'll be trying to keep it up against a great veteran skater of the Illinois Riot. We're talking about Patsy Delgado. She's going to try and bring her team back into this game. Right now, it's 17-3 Quakes in the Wild West Shootout. We're back to Las Vegas in just a minute. As the second half starts, it's a big lead for the California Quakes. They lead the Riot 17-3, and here we go, period number 3. The Quakes, Amy Craig, trying to get out on the opening jam, along with the number 25, Jenny Matthews. And let's see if the Quakes can extend their lead. Boy, I tell you what, if the women have a good period here for the Quakes, it'll be almost impossible for the Riot to come back here in the Wild West Shootout, the first game for both of these teams in Las Vegas, and these Las Vegas fans have really taken to the roller jam. And look at the Quakes. They got their two jammers out.
Well, and let's see if these Riot change their strategy, Roy. They tried to make it into a fist fight here in the first half. The speed of the Quakes took over, got them out to a big lead. They may have to alter it somewhat. Let's see what little Richard Brown does with this Illinois Riot.
Maybe Amy Craig has a point as far as her abilities versus that of the Bod Squad. She's had a terrific game, and now she's up there trying to get more. Speaking of the Bod Squad, Stacy Blitch is going to give her jammers an assist. Listen, look at her just whispering to them. They have something in mind for Patsy Delgado, and they both go by Delgado. The double bust, what a whip. They score more points.
Well, speaking of double busts, these California Quakes are busting this wide open, and Stacy Blitch, you cannot say enough about her ability. Right there, you saw well, she calls it a double bust. It's basically a reverse grip with both hands. Here you see her pivot on her skates. Patsy Delgado never knew what hit her. Jennifer Matthews, Amy Craig, scores points, calls off the jam. Great job, Stacy Blitch and the California Quakes.
Patsy Delgado didn't know which way to turn, which way to look. Where are they? Where are they coming from? And before she knew it, 2 more points for the Quakes. Now the jam is on, and Heather Sunderman gets a whip. And look at that, she's already picked up a couple of points, as the two Riot skaters did not get back with a pack, so even before the jam started almost, Heather Sunderman has 2. But she's outnumbered right now, 2-on-1 by Millie Guthrie and Crystal Schneider. And now there's nobody out there for the Quakes.
Well, and again, I talked early in the game, Heather Sunderman has a very upright skating style, Rory. The one thing these Riot do have is the ability to knock skaters down. She's not as fast as Amy Craig, and you saw the result.
Millie Guthrie and Crystal Schneider looking to pick up some points for the Illinois Riot. Back to defend is Malibu Stacy Blitch. One of them got by her. The Riot way behind in this game. Now Patsy Delgado comes back to give an assist.
I got 2 blue and 2 red.
They both get 2 points. That won't help the Riot much.
But these Illinois Riot women just do not have the assets to compete right now with their game plan against Bod Squad.
Faith Urban wanted to trip up Stacy Blitch, and that didn't work at all, did it?
Shot an air ball.
Now they get a whip out there for Cindy Zimmerman, and she's out with her fellow Bod squatter, Jamie Konomak. And they're going to be out there by themselves in a minute. Jamie Konomak and Cindy Zimmerman.
Well, that was Ileana Bonilla they sent down. She's one of the youngsters who does have some of that speed that these Illinois Riot really need to mature in a hurry, Rory.
21-5, the Quakes have the lead, and if the Bod squad takes care of Bonilla, which they do, they'll be trying to add to their lead. Patsy Delgado is set up back there to block. She learned her craft with the LA Thunderbirds. Oh, there's an old move, cracking their heads together and knocking down 2 jammers at one time. Patsy Delgado, the pride of Montebello.
Well, she does her little Three Stooges impression. Hey, Mo, hey, Curly. And speaking of Mo and Curly, Stacy Blitz comes over to take up her fallen teammates. Once again, Sean Corbin is breaking up a melee.
You're out, get moving, let's go. What I say, get moving right now. You're in the box, you are in the box. Both of you, let's go.
Into the penalty box goes Stacy Blitz.
Well, and Stacy Blitz taking up for her fallen comrades has got her a trip to the penalty box, but Ileana Bonilla goes down, but a little bit later the Bod squad takes it on the chin. Stacy Blitz trying to take up for her.
The Riot having trouble scoring in this game. They only have 5 points, and we're late in the 3rd period now. 21-5, the Quakes in the lead. And Jenny Matthews out there for the Quakes again. Jenny Matthews, and for the Riot, it's number 53, Millie Guthrie. And this time Matthews goes down, and she went down hard. When they fall flat on their face like that, it's not easy to get back up. Millie Guthrie approaches the back of the pack as the Quakes try and get a jammer out to catch them from behind. But right now, Guthrie is the only one with a chance to score and try and bring the Riot closer.
Well, and the expression on the face of Faith Urban says it all about these Illinois Riot women. They're inept, and that ineptness is getting them blown out right now, Rory.
This will be the last jam of the 3rd period with a 22-5 score. It's a rout, Hawk.
Absolutely, and these California Quakes right now, as Amy Craig's mother looks on, appreciative of her daughter's performance. But I think the California Quakes, who have been a little banged up lately, we know that Brooks Sunderman is nursing a bad rib. And, of course, we all know about Sean Atkinson. They're probably just going to maybe get in the defensive mode and try to keep from getting hurt, maybe. Just kind of coast a little bit, Rory, and I don't blame them. They deserve it.
Amy's mom, Jody, is here watching this game and enjoying her daughter's skating. They come from an idyllic little town called Fairhope, Alabama, and Amy Craig's going to work again. She's out there against Millie Guthrie, and it's a tough action between these 2 jammers. In fact, they're both getting a warning from the referee.
20 feet, move it up.
Amy Craig having to adjust the jammer's helmet.
Well, and you heard Sean Corbin screaming 20 feet. That's a good opportunity to describe that rule. A blocker is not allowed to get 20 feet out away from the pack, or it's a penalty. And speaking of penalties, we were going to have an arsenal of penalties, and Amy Craig brings the meat cleaver to Delgado. What is she doing, Rory? We expect that from Stacy Blitz, but I think I just saw a new Amy Craig turn it into maybe a little bit of a Mark D'Amato.
What are you talking about?
Unbelievable. Amy Craig, what are you doing? Your mom's in the stands. Behave yourself.
Well, her mom, Jody, may be in the stands, but Amy Craig is putting on a show here tonight, and so is the Bod Squad.
Well, we expect this kind of performance out of Stacy Blitch, but hey, from Amy Craig, look at her go after these people. Come on. That's not the Amy Craig I know.
She landed on Patsy Delgado, and now Delgado would like to see a penalty called, but before that happens, she's going to be dumped off the track entirely.
Well, if there's somebody else besides Stacy Blitch who we expect this kind of performance, it's Patsy Delgado, and now they're both into it. Roy has broken out off the track.
Boy, Stacy Blitz just really delights in that. Doesn't she look at her smile and high-five the crowd? She should be happy. Her team is ahead right now, 23-5, as we get set to go into the final period of this game. And Patsy Delgado, what can she do? Just shake her head.
Well, these guys are looking for something out of somebody. Patsy Delgado hadn't quite got it done. Let's see if Richard Brown, the king, he calls himself the king. Let's see if he can get it done.
Sean Atkinson's team's been getting it done. He hardly ever looks happy on the track. He should be happy right now, leading it 23-5. We'll be right back.
This game ain't for babies. It's back and badder than ever. TNN Roller Jam. Will Zone Friday. An all-new season of team warfare. Get into the ring. Get into the zone. Mayhem on wheels. Bays on blades. Slamming, cramming, ramming, and jamming. If you're not watching, then you're not with it. Everybody's doing the jam. Roller Jam. Friday at 9, 8 Central. Part of Thrill Zone Friday. Will Zone Friday. On TNN.
Into the final period we go. Period number 4, the men back on the track, and the Illinois Riot in a deep, deep hole in this game. In fact, they're being blown out 23-5. I don't know how they can possibly make up that deficit, even with Ray Robles and Little Richard Brown out there on the track, and now out on the jam, number 54, Bill Roqueberg. Oh, maybe they can come back as Slopey goes rolling down off the track. Mike Tanner is out on the jam before the Illinois Riot. Mike Tanner gets to the back of the pack where Rusty Montgomery's hanging out. Tanner trying to get by Montgomery, and so far it's not working. Here comes Tanner around the track.
And you heard Sean
look
Corbin.
out, here comes Atkinson.
They call it the skyscraper. Mike Tanner, he dodged a bullet with Rusty Montgomery as Sean Corbin told Rusty to let him go. Lured him into a false sense of security.
I got one red. Let's go.
They gave the Illinois Riot 1 point, but my goodness, that was a costly point.
Well, and right here you see Rusty Montgomery set up for the skyscraper of Sean Atkinson. We've seen it 1,000 times. I think Mike Tanner only has on his mind one time he's seen it, because he's still seeing it and seeing it and seeing it. And Sean Atkinson, the man never ceases to amaze everybody here in the World Skating League.
23-6 now, so the Riot gets a little bit closer, and they send out Mo Sanders. Mo Sanders out on the jam, and following him is Blaise Leon. The Riot could use points from both of these guys if they're going to get back into this game.
Well, it looks like the Riot have actually changed their game plan, as I stated they must, Rory. They're sending out speed, not so involved in Richard Brown trying to start a fist fight, and they score a bunch of points.
They got them all because Richard Brown took the pack out. Blaise Leon and Mo Sanders picked up a whole bunch of them. And the Quakes are the worse for wear after that jam. It's now down to an 8-point, making a 7-point advantage, 23-16.
Well, what they did there was they stopped worrying about fight and started worrying about scoring. You saw Blaise Leon and Big Mo Sanders go out in a scoring position. Little Richard Brown stuck to basics, held up the pack. Both jammers passed everybody. 10 points made up in a hurry. The Riot are back in.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Sean Atkinson's holding his right shoulders. He's hurting. He's hurting, but the Quakes have a jam to think about, and Eric Slopey gets out there, and Richard Brown having to shake one off as he picks himself up off the infield, and here we go with the jam. I'll tell you one thing about these skaters. They shake it off in a hurry. He's going to have to shake that one off, too, because Mike Tanner shook off Eric Slopey in a big way. And there's Sean Atkinson, back to block, and little Richard Brown says, come on, Mike, I'll send you through the pack again just like I did last time. And Brown hammers Atkinson. He and Montgomery both go over the rail. And the Riot making a huge comeback. Wow! They're right back in this game, and they have Quakes laying
Tanner celebrates. They're awarding 5 points, but what precipitated those 5 big points was the Paul Bunyan-like activity. A little Richard Brown paving the way for that man, Mike Tanner, and Sean Atkinson, one of the tall timbers that Paul Bunyan brought down.
Look at Sloppy go over that rail.
Well, they said he was hurting before, but he's really hurting now. But watch Robles and little Richard Brown annihilate the full lineup of the California Quakes. And we had all but counted these Riot out, Rory, and these guys are right back in it. Unbelievable. Little Richard Brown once again pulls a rabbit out of a hat.
What an incredible comeback this has been for the Illinois Riot. Remember, at one point in this game, Atkinson had the Riot down 23-5, but with plays like that, sending Eric Sloppy flying, all of a sudden, the Riot get back into the game. And even though Richard Brown goes over the rail, he's really been pacing his team. The Quakes hanging on desperately. Don't go away now.
You're just seconds away from the fastest game on TV. In 1 hour, it's Monster Trucks on Motor Madness. Now, ram this, jam this on Roller Jam. Thrill Zone Friday on TNN.
With the strength the Illinois Riot are showing in this final period, the man trying to come back and win this Wild West shootout game for them. They were down by double digits, and now it's a 2-point game, and look at this. Maybe they can even grab the lead.
Well, if I'm checking my stats right, they've made up 15 points in the last 2 jams. The jam before last 10, the last one 5. And with point production like that, you're bound to catch up in a hurry.
Mo Sanders, this big guy, he could be on the docks of his hometown, Tacoma, Washington, working there. But no, he's in the World Skating League. He's scoring points for the Illinois Riot. He's trying to get him the lead going up high on the track. He calls it off. Oh, man, did Atkinson put him into the rail chest first after he scored the points, but that was a hit. And Atkinson's going to give him some more.
Well, he's not done. This is the back attack. Sean Atkinson's punching the clock, working a little overtime.
You got enough time? Get your ass in the box now. Get in there now and pay attention to your clock. Let's hit now.
Boy, I'll tell you what, with the game on the line right here, the Quakes are going to lose Atkinson to the penalty box.
Well, and Sean Atkinson, these Riot have turned the tables on the California Quakes. In the first half, we saw this kind of play out of the Quakes. Now we're seeing it out of the Riot. Mo Sanders takes a little bit of a beating here at the end, but not after he scored 2 more points for his Riot. Hey, Sean Atkinson, you got to win the game. Don't worry about beating people up, my friend. Come on.
Guess what, Hawk? The score is tied. Believe it or not, Mo Sanders is hurt for the Riot. Atkinson's hurting, and he's in the penalty box for the Quakes. And the Riot, with their physical play, they've come back. Little Richard Brown and Ray Robles have done a great job controlling that pack, and now Richard Brown gives a whip to his jammer, Mike Tanner. And Tanner's out there against Eric Sloppy again. Sloppy tasted the rail a minute ago, and now he tries to put Tanner over the rail. Sloppy and Tanner get set to approach the back of the pack. And Sloppy! Not a good time for the horse, was it?
Well, that was the white pony. We've always talked about Sloppy and Santiago celebrating too much, and Mike Tanner took full advantage, Rory.
It was not a good time to be whipping that white horse, that white pony. But the Illinois Riot are trying to gain the lead, and now Robles and Brown are attacking the pack and taking it apart as the points are scored by Tanner. He calls off the jam, and it's unbelievable that the Illinois Riot have the lead in the game now.
Well, and it looks like the clock's going to run out. It's ticking down. We're going to get a ruling. I don't think they're going to get a jam off. The Riot have won, Rory. The Riot have pulled a victory out. They were down by almost 20 points, and Sean Atkinson is livid.
He should be livid.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're walking you off. We're walking you off. Let's go. Let's go. Get him.
I don't know where they're going to put him. Maybe there's a cage somewhere where he can wrestle some lions out there and back here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. He could use that as he goes off the track, and the Quakes have lost the game by 1.
Well, you have to think that Sean Atkinson, we thought everything was peachy in California. They had a big lead, but they ended up squandering it away, Rory.
But the Illinois Riot, what a tremendous win for them, coming from so far down to win it. And Broadway Danny Wolf has the rare privilege of interviewing a king. He's with Richard Brown.
All right, little Richard Brown. That was an amazing comeback.
What's so amazing about it? I'm the greatest skater that ever lived. I'm the greatest coach that ever lived.
You guys were down by 18 points. Probably one of the greatest comebacks in league history.
It could have been 25 points. I still would have done the same thing. I am the greatest.
Yeah, what is this about calling yourself the king?
After a comeback like that, I should be called the king. As a matter of fact, Quake, you want to interview me? Get on your knees. Everybody pay homage to King Richard.
Get
on your knees. On your knees.
Broadway hates to dirty up that suit. It cost him $125.
Well, and Sean Atkinson is going to hate to lose his arm, but his shoulder's in disarray. He may also be losing his girlfriend, Rory. And if Little Richard is the king, well, the Bod Squad's going to have something to say about that. But they, too, are seemingly coming apart.
They may be coming apart. They had an early lead in this game, a big lead, but the Illinois Riot come roaring back with Richard Brown, Ray Robles, Patsy Delgado. They had a tremendous second half. And we've had a tremendous game. We're very happy you were here to enjoy it with us. For Lee Hawk Rearman, for Broadway Danny Wolf, and for Julie Lynch, I'm Rory Marcus. The Riot win it 25-24. Good night, everybody, from Las Vegas.
Guests of the WSL Roller Jam stay at the MGM Grand Casino, the city of entertainment.